2-1. Byron, a really frustrating afternoon.
Yeah, not the first one of the season. It's just the pattern of what we've been producing this year. And I don't know what to really say other than everyone's really disappointed again.
You've just come out of a dressing room relatively late on a Saturday afternoon. What's the manager been saying?
It's been saying a lot. He's obviously frustrated and very angry at the team because we done all the right things to get in the lead, and then we had a period in the second half where we just wasn't clearing our lines properly. We just got stuck in our box, and we was deep, and they applied pressure, and we just caved. And we've been caving a lot this year. So from that point of view, he was just tired of us doing the exact same thing that we've been doing.
I'm sure you won't like me to remind you, but 2 weeks ago at Wimbledon, almost the same pattern. Ahead, playing reasonably well, and then all of a sudden goals going in quick succession.
Yeah, I mean, in quick succession, there's been quite a few games I can remember. Obviously, Wimbledon was unbelievable. I couldn't, how we didn't get anything from that game, I'll never know. But we got to look at ourselves. This season's it's ended up being a terrible season. We've lost more games than we've won, and I think that speaks volumes for we can't really be like, oh, we've been unlucky or anything like that, or we've been in certain games. The stats are there. You've won 12 games all year. It's not good enough.
Yeah, after 41 games, you can't really say there's anything other than the table's the reality.
No, at the turn of the year, I had an interview and I said, we're still saying the same things in April. Then it's what can you do? We haven't been strong enough this year. It's been disappointing.
When you say strong, what do you mean?
Strong mentally. I think the effort's there. It's just like when teams put big pressure on us, you have to stand and be counted sometimes. Me included. Like we're a squad. So that's everyone in the squad. What I'm talking about. It just hasn't been good enough. We haven't stood up to a lot of teams, and at home as well, which is disappointing.
Yeah, 31 points dropped from winning positions. That's a horrendous statistic, isn't it?
And we do all the hard work to get in front, and we've been in front against some of the better sides, including Southend, who are up near the top of the league, and that's what I'm saying. Just a lack of character, lack of mental strength, and wanting to put your body on the line to get the result. I thought we've done that so many times away from home this year. I just don't know why we haven't done it at home. It's frustrating.
Yeah, I mean, you look at last Saturday. Last Saturday, you'd say he had to stand up and be counted. A long way away from home at Hartlepool, clean sheet, well-deserved victory.
Yeah.
It's very different this Saturday.
If we brought any of that today, second half. I thought first half we was okay. But if we brought any of the, what we had at Hartlepool, we would have been fine today. We would have been fine. But we had a sloppy 5 minutes, and we just tend to be conceding goals off of like our own set pieces, our own throw-ons, our own corners that teams are breaking, and you can't do that. You're going to get punished at any level for that, for making mistakes that big.
Does it make you personally feel any better that you got another goal?
No. Once again, I've had too many interviews this year. It's just, for me, it's a low total now. It's a low total. I've played around 40 games for the club, 14 goals. I want more for myself, and I want more for my team. So I'm always left disappointed if you don't get nothing from a game. That's just me. That's just me personally. That's just how I am.
You don't get that many goals from outside the penalty. You hit it well.
Yeah, it's because I spent most of the game, with my back to goal. So it was nice to actually be facing goal, and once it dropped, I knew I was gonna hit it.
And you say you're frustrated with your goal tally, but 14 goals in a side that really hasn't scored a lot of goals this season is a pretty reasonable tally, I would suggest.
Yeah, but I've done too many interviews like this. It just gets you down after a while, Just just want to win games. That's what any professional should be. The main aim is to win games and win stuff. Like you want to win promotion. It's all about winning. What you come out here at the other side of your, at the end of your career. It's what have you achieved? And 31 points is not something I'm going to be looking back on this season and not fondly about. So no, not too many positives. Even though I've been scoring.
And when you look around that dressing room, you talk about the points that are lost. If this was a young team, you might say, well, perhaps there's a little bit of inexperience, but it's a team that's got players who've played an awful lot of Football League games.
Yeah, there's a whole lot of experience, and there's a whole lot of people who have won stuff, and been promoted. Like what I'm saying, but I don't know. I could if I could put my finger in it, I'm sure if anyone knew exactly what was going on and could put their finger in it, we would have changed that by now. But it hasn't worked with the squad this season.
And players go out, they want to do their best. Nobody goes out on that pitch saying, I'm not bothered. Everyone wants to go out and win. So what's the critical ingredient that players can do to change from what's happened this season into it being a better season?
Whatever it is, we haven't been doing it. It's just going the extra yards, and I always include myself in stuff like this. So when I'm talking about all of us. Just doing the little extra bits, You need composure when you're under pressure. The way we was, they didn't do a lot to get their goals. I mean, their goals were, a lot of throw-ins kept coming in, and then. We saw a break under pressure. A lot of character is needed, and there's been a lack of that. And like I said, everyone's included in that.
I'm very honest interview. Thank you.
Byron, the manager said that he thought you'd been getting too involved in the play, and he wanted you to sort of break off a bit. Was that something you tried to do from the start of today, or did he comment on that half time?
The last couple of games, because what tends to happen is that we play out wide, and if the ball doesn't come straight into the box, I've been tending to try and show and give a base to play from. But I think he wants to encourage the team to get more crosses in the box, and obviously for me to be in there and try and get across people in the box and stuff like that. So that's what he's been working with me doing. So I'm not spending a lot of time out wide where I could be. I just to stay inside the 18 yard.
Yeah, interesting. Do you think the players know how important everything is? Do you think they know? Then some of them know the importance of it. Has that been spoken about? Has that been questioned?
That hasn't been questioned. I think everyone knows. You go down from this league and you're out of you're no longer a league player. That's everyone should know that. That's the reality of this league. And no, we haven't had that conversation because I think we just maybe we assume everyone's on the same playing field, like mentally. Everybody wants to win every single game, and it's definitely not a lack of effort. People say it's a lack of quality sometimes, or lack of leadership or something like that. But I don't think it's been a lack of effort this season. So I wouldn't say that.
Yeah, if it's lapses of concentration that have been costing you, is that down to ability? Is that an ability in itself to be able to hold it together mentally, even if your footballing ability isn't what's costing you?
Of course, there's loads of things, different ingredients in being a professional footballer. Not just talent or what you do when you have the ball. There's set pieces to defend, and there's organising to do. Just like for our second goal today, no one could have really been speaking because the guy's run through on goal by himself. So we're not communicating properly. We are there for each other, but it's just you can always be there more. You can always run the extra yard. So yeah.
Yep, 5 to go, and what's the motivation now? Because it looks like it looks like you're just mid-table, doesn't it? It looks like you're going to have to settle for that. But what can you use to motivate yourself for the last 5?
I don't know. We just need to just keep going. Like I don't even know how to answer that, because to be playing for nothing, it's just it's not good. It's not good. So I'm not sure how. Obviously the manager will regroup and with the squad and get us back on it. You know, he leads the team, and we'll be looking to him to, you know, guide us to the next game and let us know exactly what needs to be done leading into the last 5 games.
Yeah, just finally, but I'm not going to ask you to repeat exactly what the manager said, but was everything that he said fair, do you think? Because he, you know, he's quite scathing when he came out here. Do you think he's justified to?
I think so. You know, he did say to us at half time, you know, don't go out there and give him anything. You know, you've got to do the things that have got you into the game. And I don't think there'd be a lot of people arguing with what he said. You know, after maybe you can argue after maybe like 10 games, but not 41.
Yeah. Thanks, Byron.
Bye.
Cheers.